Let me start this video by saying something that might make a few people uncomfortable. And if that's you, just sit with it for a second as I explain exactly what I mean. Just in case you don't already know, personal development is no longer about motivation. It's about preparation. And a lot of people didn't prepare in 2025. Now we are literally in 2026, the first day. Personal development used to be about motivation at one time. It used to be about waking up, inspired, journaling, watching videos, feeling better about your life, and believing that somehow things would just work out. But that version of personal development is quietly expiring. Not in the distance yet. But in 2026, there will be a major shift happening that a lot of content creators are not prepared for. They're still focused on mindset, while the world has moved on to structure. And that disconnect, that's where frustration lives. So today I want to talk about personal development today. Not to scare you, not to shame anyone, but to wake you up gently. Because 2026 is not waiting on anybody to catch up. And I don't want you to be left behind. All right? So give me that privilege today. Let me tell you, though, about a creator that I've been watching for a while. She was consistent, I mean clockwork. Every single day, inspirational posts, motivational quotes, reels about believing in yourself, long captions about purpose and passion, and people loved her. They commented, they shared her post, they told her how inspiring she was. But here's the part that no one saw coming. By mid-2025, she was exhausted, burnt out, not creatively tired, but financially tired, emotionally tired, and mentally worn down. Because despite all that engagement, nothing was built. No email list, no digital product, no affiliate system, no clear monetization path. Her personal development journey had helped her survive emotionally to a point, but it had done nothing to stabilize her income. And once money pressure crept in, everything else suffered as a result. Her confidence dropped, her creativity slowed down, her postings felt forced, and that's the part people don't talk about enough. You cannot grow personally while constantly worrying about money. Not to burst your bubbles though, but you just can't. It doesn't work. Now, let me tell you now about another creator, and this one hit me so hard. She actually rejected monetization on purpose. She believed that selling meant selling out. She believed that talking about income would ruin the vibe. She thought staying pure to her message mattered more than sustainability. And for a while it felt noble, but by late 2025, resentment crept in. She watched other creators, some with even smaller audiences than she had, quietly earning more than she was, launching simple products, sharing affiliate links, building systems, and suddenly the motivation she preached every day felt hollow to her. Because inspiration doesn't pay bills, and burnout doesn't feel spiritual. Now, let me shift the tone, because this is where hope comes in. Let me tell you about a different kind of creator. She didn't have the loudest voice. She didn't chase every trend. She didn't post nonstop. But early in 2025, she made a decision that changed everything for her. And you need to hear this. She said, I'm not waiting for January 2026. I'm not waiting to burn out. I'm not waiting to feel desperate. And you know what she did? She started treating personal development as skill development. She learned how platforms actually work instead of guessing how they worked. She learned how to package digital products. Instead of constantly creating products from scratch, she signed up to a platform like Creative Fabrica, where thousands of digital products are housed. And she bundled a few of them in her niche and started offering it to her audience for sale and some for free. And that shift worked for her. I have a link to Creative Fabrica in the description so you can do the same if you're interested. She also learned how to turn conversations into content and content into income. She didn't stop growing mentally. She grounded that growth. She built some small digital products from digital downloads on the same Creative Fabrica platform. She tested affiliate offers. She positioned herself as a problem solver to a specific problem, not just as a motivator. And here's the biggest difference. She stopped asking, how do I grow? And started asking, how do I sustain myself? And how can I be more creative and different from everybody else? Now, 2026 is already here, and she's calm and ready for the next chapter of her life. Not everything is going to be perfect, but because she's prepared, and that is the income shift no one is talking about, you have to be prepared. Personal development in 2026 is no longer about consuming more content. It's about converting awareness into action. It's about leverage. It's about ownership. And it's about systems that work quietly while you live your life. The creators who will struggle in 2026 are not lazy or untalented. They're just stuck in an outdated version of growth, one that never evolved past motivation. And maybe they're even afraid to try something different or something new. And if we're being honest, the platforms have changed too. Algorithms are tighter. Reach is unpredictable. Payouts are inconsistent. So if your personal development journey does not include learning how to monetize ethically, strategically, and sustainably, you're going to feel stuck no matter how positive your mindset is. Now, let me say this clearly, especially for this channel, Monetized Mind. You do not need to become someone else. You do not need to be louder than anybody else. You do not need to hustle harder either. You need alignment. Your growth needs direction. Your content needs purpose. Your effort needs ownership. You need to be open to new ideas and new strategies. And that's why I keep saying this over and over again. If you're already posting, you're already engaging, you're already building trust, you are not behind. You're standing at the doorway to enter into something magnificent. And the only question is whether you walk through it prepared or stumble into 2026 hoping things magically change. I don't know what's going to happen, but if you're doing the same thing and getting the same results, that's what I'm saying. It's time to make a change. This is exactly why I created my digital income workshop bundle, where you will get step-by-step strategies in how to change your online game effectively. I give you digital product ideas, show you how to sell it, where to sell it, and how to make money. Plus, I give you the underground secrets to being competitive in 2026. Remember, motivation alone will not carry you through the next phase of content creation. Strategy will, systems will, structure will, ownerships will. And no, this is not about grinding. It's about clarity. Knowing what to post, knowing where to post, and knowing how people move from watching to trusting to buying. Personal development in 2026 is about becoming resilient instead of being reactive. It's about waking up on January 2026, which is today, without panic. It's about knowing that your effort compounds. It's about not relying on one platform, one payout, or one viral moment. If you don't make the shift, then January 2026 will feel exactly like 2025. It will be just louder. But if you do, then 2026 becomes the year you stop surviving and start building. In the next video, I'm going to break down exactly how I decide which products to promote and which ones I refuse to touch, because that decision alone can save you months of frustration. Please make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss that video, where I'm going to pour into you some more. And don't forget to grab the Digital Income Workshop Bundle and my free guide, 7 Juicy Ways to Monetize Your Channel Outside of the YouTube AdSense program. Everything is linked below in this video. Just know that personal development isn't dead. It just grew up while some people weren't paying attention. And 2026 is where that growth starts paying off. You are now ahead of the game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.